KP Daily Journal sports editor Steve Soucie, alongside Bishop McNamara veteran football coach Rich Zinanni. Just looking at your roster, it looks like you've got some talented, skilled players. Maybe not a whole heck of a lot of experience in some of the roles that you're putting them in. How are things shaping up early on here in practice?
So far, so good. We look good offensively and defensively. We have 7 starters back on defense. Guys that started at one time or another for us, so there's some good experience there. Being led by Robbie Oldale, I think he's an all-state candidate, a special player. He's already committed to Northern. So, and he only got to play about 3.5, 4 games last year, or I think it would have been a different story for us. And a number of these kids had some injuries that kept them out of games here and there. But with Robbie, he's a special kid. We're going to put him both ways, which is we got to have him on the field, but we'll substitute for him a lot also to give him some breaks. And then other than him, Craig Butler is a great corner. He's a special player. He's super in the summer. He's went to a lot of camps, advanced to a lot of special camps, and we like our inside linebacker, Bryce Clark, who's a junior. As a sophomore, he actually called our defenses and did really well. He's a big kid. He can run and hit. He's a good one too. So we've got we've got 7 starters, but we've got 1 at each level, up front, in the middle, the linebacker, and deep, that are very experienced that can help out.
Last couple of years, you've had a running back of big numbers, big season. It looks like you're inserting a sophomore into that role to start here. What can you tell me about Jonathan Roll?
Well, Jonathan we think he's a pretty good football player. He's got pretty good size. He's a really strong kid. He runs very well. He's got some nice moves. Last year at this time, we weren't sure about Johnny as far as what he was going to give us on the field. He did absolutely spectacular, but he was a question mark. He was a little bit of a fumbler as a junior, which bothered me, but there was no sign of that as a senior. Now Jonathan, he's going to be inserted into a spot. He's got about 5 kids right behind him that are going to play other positions for now, so he's got to perform, and he knows that. And so far, so good. I think he's going to be a special player.
Not a huge number of players on your roster, but I notice you feel like you've got a lot of guys that can contribute in different ways, so you're not stuck with a situation where you've got a lot of kids going both sides of the football. And that's a little different than the last couple of years. It looks like you've only got a couple as opposed to maybe 5 or 6 to start the season.
Yeah, that's what the plan is. It's just it's a different time. For us, the enrollment's a little tougher with the economy and everything like that. But the football kids that want to play that are here are pretty good. We've lost a couple that have transferred out for whatever reason, and but we've got some other younger kids that we have stepped up and taken their place. I don't think we're going to skip a beat. So I'm pretty happy with what we've done so far in the summer and so far in the preseason.
Schedule is an adventure, like it always is for you guys. A couple things that stand out to me: you have Mount Carmel back on the schedule, which should be interesting to say the least, and open the season with kind of a wild card, an emerging program in Hales, Francisco.
They're really getting good, and they've got that field turf up there, and they're attracting a lot of students now. They just added girls to their school, which is going to attract a lot more guys. So it's going to be a tough test. They're really talented. They've got 2 or 3 kids that are going to go Division I, I think. But we like playing at home and opening game, and I got to make sure we're ready, and we'll see what happens with that. We get to play the first 2 at home, and then we get to go to Mount Carmel and play at Gately Stadium against Mount Carmel. We used to do that all the time, so it's nothing new for us. But we're going to do all we can, to win that game. So we'll see how that all goes.
All right, best of luck this season, Coach.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Steve.